what we're learning today is how to write linear equations. I'm going to abbreviate if that's okay with y'all. From word problems. And this is the lesson that a lot of my kids at first are like, oh, what the heck? I hate word problems. How many of y'all hate word problems?
Me.
Yeah. It's usually all of you. If you're not saying me right now, you might be fibbing. Yep, Tyree said me too. I used to hate them too. I feel like I teach it a pretty easy way. I do it a little bit differently from other teachers. So what I need you guys to have during this lesson is an open mind. Don't sit there and tell yourself you hate word problems. Have an open mind about it, okay? The notes are really, really short, and then I'm going to do like 3 or 4 examples with y'all. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay. So tomorrow there won't be any new notes. Tomorrow you'll have a couple of word problems to practice after you take your quiz. If you guys join the live Zoom tomorrow though, since it's a quiz day, what am I going to do before the quiz?
Extra points.
Extra points by doing what, Gwyneth? What did we do yesterday?
Answer some questions.
Review, yeah. So y'all join live Zoom tomorrow at 1:50 if you can, or not 1:50, 1:45. David, I know you have a game, so if y'all are leaving before that, me and you can Zoom in the morning if you want. Just let me know. But come to Zoom tomorrow. We'll review before your quiz, and then after you take your quiz, you'll just have a couple more problems to try to make sure you understand them. All right, are y'all good if I flip?
Yeah.
Okay, so topic 6. We're talking about linear equations with word problems. So what we're going to be doing today, you're going to be given a word problem. Again, I want you to have an open mind. But from that word problem, we're going to try to set up a linear equation, and then they may ask us to solve it for a specific value, okay? All right, so the very first thing I need us to talk about is what a linear equation looks like. You guys did learn this in middle school. And some of y'all are like, oh, we went virtual. You learned this before you went virtual. Linear equations look like y equals what?
Mx plus b.
Yes, very good, Gwyneth. Please tell me you've seen that before.
Yeah.
Okay, good. My 7th grade cousin goes to A.G. Cox, and she just learned this. Yep, Tyree said yep. So I think you guys learned this in 7th grade. If not, you definitely saw it in 8th grade. All right, so y equals mx plus b. Y is called the dependent variable. Did we learn that?
Yes.
Okay. And if something's dependent, it means it depends on this one. It's affected by whatever this one does, right? So the dependent variable always goes with the equal sign. Who remembers what the x is called?
Independent.
Independent, good. So x is the independent variable. That's the one that affects y. So if I change x, the equals y is going to change. We'll do examples, so I don't want you to get too worried already. But I do want you to have this in your notes. All right. Are y'all okay? Am I good to keep going, or am I going too fast?
You're good.
Okay. Who remembers what the b is called?
Constant.
It is a constant. Good. It's a special kind of constant, though, if it's linear. Let's see what we got in the chat.
A linear constant.
It's a special kind of linear constant. It has a name that starts with a B. Ooh, okay, this is maybe where they taught you something different. The base. B is your base value. So this is going to be your starting value. If I tell you something is the base, that's whatever amount it starts with. That's the bottom amount, and then it should go up or down. So our base is our starting value. And then last but not least, our M, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys what it is. That's our rate. So did we learn in middle school what a rate is?
I think so.
Oh, I heard somebody saying something. Can you say it again?
I think so, but I'm not really sure.
Okay, I hear two of you talking at once. Somebody, Gwyneth, yes, y'all did learn a rate, I think. Then somebody else said it's whatever number you're adding or subtracting each time. That's perfect. So the rate is the number it goes up or down by each time. And a word you'll see a lot of times for rate is the word per. Because that word per means every time it's doing this thing. I'm gonna let y'all finish copying that. I'm gonna pause. I had a lot of you that when we solved equations, y'all liked the solve thing I did. So I'm gonna do the same thing for word problems. So your steps for solving and writing equations from word problems are gonna be based off of the word word, okay? So these are gonna be your steps for writing equations and solving word problems. So I want y'all to write W-O-R-D. All right, what do y'all think the W is gonna stand for?
Right.
Okay, close. Before you can write your answers and stuff, you have to read, right? And I'm hoping your middle school teachers taught you this. Before you start reading the problem, what are you supposed to read?
The answers?
Yeah, the answers are the question, right, David? Because you got to know what it's asking. So the W stands for what. So what you're going to do in the what part, you're going to read the question so that we can figure out what is it asking? What does it want us to do? So that first step is going to be to read the question. I'm going to put a 1 here for my people who like numbered steps. All right, the O is going to be obtain info. So where do we go to obtain our information from the problem? I kind of just told you.
The question.
Not the question. The actual like word problem, right? So this is where you're going to read and underline in the word problem.
Keywords.
Yes, so this is your key, like your key info. I think that's what they taught y'all in middle school. You can underline, highlight, circle. I'm fine with any of those options. All right, the R. I want you to look at these words up here at the top. Which one of those terms starts with an R?
Rate.
Good. So the third step, you're going to find your rate and base for the equation. Good job, my girls. So after we read the problem and get our info, we can figure out what the rate is and what the base is. And then some of y'all are going to laugh at me for the word I used for D. We were keeping our little nephew last year when I taught this lesson, and I pre-recorded at home, and he was laughing because I used the word dump. He was like poop, and I was like, no.
The
So
truck?
what you're going to do in the last step, step 4, I forgot to put a 3 here. Here you go. Step 4, you're going to dump in the numbers above, meaning the rate and the base. You're going to dump in those numbers into y equals mx plus b. And then you should be able to solve. So that's step 4. I know we're still writing. I'm going to give you more time to write. Are there any questions about these 4 steps though?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to give y'all some time to write, and then we're going to switch over to our Canvas screen, because I put, like I told you, I put the sheet with all the examples for today on Canvas, so you don't have to write out all the word problems. All right, so I'm pulling up the notes example sheet for today. You do not need to write the word problems, but anything I write on the screen, you need to write in your notebook, all right?
Okay.
Okay. You guys can see this, right? I just want to make sure before I start talking.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Bop, bop, bop. So we're actually gonna start. I know this is gonna seem crazy. We're gonna start with number 4. I'm gonna work backwards. So for some reason, it wasn't me, but the teacher who made this worksheet put the easier ones at the bottom and the harder ones at the top. I don't want to start with one of the hard ones because that's going to overwhelm y'all. So in your notebook, this is what I need you to write. All I want you to write is example 1. And then you're going to need an A and a B. That's all you need to write. You don't need to write the problem, because if you need to go back and study, you can pull this worksheet back up. That's why I put it in Canvas for y'all. If you want to print it later, you could definitely print it and put it in your notebook where your work is. Does everybody have example 1 and then an A and a B labeled?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want us to remember our steps really quick. I'm gonna write them over here to the side. W-O-R-D. W means what? So we're gonna read the question. O means obtain info. So that's where we're gonna read the problem and underline important stuff. R means rate and base. That's where you're gonna figure out what your rate and base are. And then D, we're gonna dump in the rate and base into the equation. Sound good?
Yes.
Okay, once we have an equation written, you guys know how to solve equations now. Don't try to play me and act like you don't know how to solve an equation, because y'all do. If you've been coming to Zoom and doing your work, we should be good. All right, so example 1, a rental, oh, screw, I'm already messing up. David, what am I supposed to read first?
The question.
The question. Thank you, David. I do that a lot. Y'all got to hold me accountable. So question A, part A, says create an equation for the cost C. So how do you guys think my equation is going to start?
C.
C what?
Equal.
Good. Yes, y'all. So C is the dependent variable. C equals. Very good. Then it says, write an equation that models the cost C of renting a bike for D days. So what's the variable on this side going to be?
D.
Very good. So that's why we need to read the question first. We need to know how to set up the equation. So we know it's going to be C equals something D and then whatever the base is, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we just did the what? We read the question. So now the next one, we're going to obtain our info. So now I'm going to go back and read that problem. I'm going to use purple. And actually, I can highlight. So let's do that. A rental shop rents bikes for, okay, this looks important, $10 per day plus a $20 one-time fee. So I want y'all to look at that information. We just obtained it. So do you guys notice what all I highlighted?
$10 per day plus $20 one time.
Okay, good. Both of those things I highlighted have numbers in them, right?
Yes.
Why do you think I highlighted the numbers?
Because we
Have
need
to
them.
go
for
in
the
the
problem.
problem.
Yes, that's what has to go into the problem. Honestly, anything else, kind of irrelevant. We need to know it's $10 per day plus a $20 fee, okay? So we just did obtain info. I know it's $10 a day, and I know there's a $20 fee to rent the bike. So now we're already on step 3. We need to figure out which of these numbers is the rate and which one is the base. So let me ask you guys a question. How much is it gonna go up by every day that I rent the bike?
10.
10. Very good. That was Kiara, right?
Yes.
I'm so proud of you, girl. $10 is the rate, because however many days you have that bike, it's $10 every single day. So that's how much it's gonna go up by. Now that fee, we only pay it once. We pay it when we first rent the bike. So that's the starting amount, which means it's the, what? What did we write in our notes was the starting value?
The base.
The base, good. So $20 is the base, and then Jasmine, look, it says plus 20, right? Do y'all see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
look, you write plus 20. That's your equation right there. That's it. I dumped it in. I found the rate and the base, and I put them into the equation. Easy or hard? What do we think?
It's all right.
It's okay.
It's okay. I heard some easies. I heard
I'd
it
rather
some.
buy the bike. It's too expensive to rent it.
He don't want the bike. It's too expensive to rent it. Okay. Yeah, it's all right. Okay, so all of you are saying it's all right or it's good. No one's like, oh, this is too hard already, are we?
No.
The hardest, okay, good. The hardest
I'm
part is
confused.
figuring, okay, hang on one second, babe. I'll answer your question. Hardest part is figuring out the rate and the base. If you can figure out which one's which and put them in, you should be okay. All right, what you confused about?
So when you do it, you don't have to solve it. You just gotta put it in the.
Yeah, not yet. All we had to do for this first one was write the equation. It didn't say to solve anything. It said create an equation.
Okay.
Okay, so listen, 1 through 4 on your homework, they don't need any work because the first 4 just want you to write the equation. You don't have to do anything with it. You just have to write it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the first
Okay.
4 on the homework, I'm expecting we should be able to set up the equation. Do you have questions about how we wrote the equation, or that was your question? Do we need to do anything with it?
Yeah, that was my question. Was do we need to solve it?
Okay, good. No, not for part A. Part A just said write an equation. So that's your answer for A. Now I want y'all to look at part B. That's a whole new problem. So I'm gonna read the question. If Tony rents a bike and the total cost, I'm gonna underline this. The total cost is $90. How many days did he rent it for? What did they give us? What did they tell us? What does the number say?
$90 is total.
Total cost is $90. So I want you guys to look at your equation. Does that mean 90 can go in for C or 90 can go in for D?
90 can go in for D.
Anybody have a different opinion?
Nah,
9 can go for C.
per day.
Okay, I'm hearing 90 can go in for C. Why are y'all saying C?
Mm,
I don't know.
The C is the total cost.
Good, Dave. Okay, look,
Yeah,
y'all, the
that's
90 has a dollar sign with it, which means we're talking about money, right?
yes.
You can't go put it in for D because what does D stand for?
Per day.
Days.
Days. That's not days, that's $90. So do you guys agree? I'm telling you that the cost is $90.
Yeah.
And what does it want us to find? How many what?
Days.
Good. So we don't know what D is, but we do know 10D plus 20 is going to equal 90. So now, Shia, this is where you said, oh, so we don't have to solve. Now you do. So let's review. What's my first step for solving? What do I draw?
Draw the wall.
Good. Draw the wall. What are we going to cover, David?
Candy.
D. And
Good. D for days. Good job, y'all. So we're going to cover this right now, which means I need to move what, Shia?
So you have to subtract the 20.
Yes, girl. Whew, I'm so glad you're back up here. I missed you. All right, subtract the 20 on both sides. So y'all, what's 90? Take away 20.
70.
70. Good job, Kiara. And then I'm going to bring down the 10D now, right? All right, who do I want to
Can you
talk
slow
to?
it down a little bit?
Oh, well, yes, I'm sorry. Can y'all not see? Is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can make it even better. I'm running out of room. Also, my handwriting up here is not as good as it normally is. How do we get D by itself now, y'all? What do I do?
Divide.
Divide
Divide
by,
on each side.
divide by what?
10.
Yes. Okay, so everybody look. What is 70 divided by 10?
7.
7.
So how many days did he have the bike?
7.
7 days. Very good, y'all. Was that hard?
No.
If you know how to set it up and you can set it up, the solving part is just review. So really the part that is new is how to set it up. But I feel like those word steps should help you. My kids last semester liked that. So
He
if
can't
you
run a
think,
car. No.
what's up, babe?
He can't run a car because it's like $90. Like he can run a whole car with that.
Oh no, renting a car is expensive.
Nah, it's not that expensive.
The cars I've had to rent are very expensive. Like
Are
the
they gonna-
fee.
You gotta waste more energy though.
Okay, but listen, let's practice. We're going to set this up real quick. I'm going to pause the recording. All right, so we are on this one now. So what I need y'all to write, if you're looking at this one, I need you to write example 2 in your notebook. You guys solved that last one with me in your notebook, right? I hope.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
if not, you're going to have to go back and do it. Anything I'm writing, you should be writing. So you need to write in your notebook example 2, and you need to put a ABC. Y'all let me know when you have example 2 ABC down, and we'll go ahead and get
Okay.
started.
I got it.
I got
You
it.
got it? Okay. All right, cool. I'm seeing done's by everybody. All right, so step 1, look at your word steps. W, what? What do I need to read first?
No
The
question.
question.
A question. So let's go look at it. Create an equation. So again, Shia, for this one, babe, all we're doing is writing the equation. So we want an equation that models the total payments, P1, and Trayvon's total payments, P2, for M months. So I want to talk about this one with you guys. We're talking about 2 different boys joining a gym. So if they're both joining the gym and it's 2 different people, it also says 2 different payments. So do y'all agree we should have 2 different equations?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. So listen, it says create an equation that models Abrasia's total payments, P1. So the first one needs to say P1 equals, and, which means the next one, Trayvon's P2. So this one's going to be P2 equals. Now, what variable is going to go on the other side of each? What does the question say?
Per M months.
M is for months, so we know it's going to have an M. Very good, Kiera. So I read the question. I know I'm trying to write an equation for the payments. The first one is for Abrasia, and the second one is for Trayvon. Everybody okay with step 1, the what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Am I good to move on to step 2?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Let me check my chat. Okay. Tyree, you're doing good, babe. All right, so step 2, obtain info. Let's go read our question. So our question says, Abrasia and Trayvon join a gym. The gym offers 2 different plans. All right, we want to try to highlight the stuff that has what? What did I say earlier?
Numbers.
Numbers. Good, David. So let's see. Plan 1. All right, I start seeing numbers. Pays $30 each month and no fee. Everybody good with that one?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to switch colors because plan 2 is a totally different plan. So it says plan 2 pays $20 a month plus a fee of $75. So there's my info. Plan 1 is $30 every month with no fee. Plan 2 is $20 every month with a fee of $75. So I just did my step 2 where I obtained info. So what's step 3?
The rate and the base.
Now figure out what the rate is. And remember, your rate is how much it goes up or down every single month. And then the base will be the one-time fee or the starting amount, okay? So if we're looking at plan 1, the yellow, I'm gonna make it match. Plan 1 is $30 a month and no fee. So what is my rate?
30.
30, so 30 goes with the M. And if there's no fee, there's 2 options you could do here. Do you have to put a base?
No.
No. You could also put plus what for the base?
1.
Be careful. If it's nothing, what would you put?
B.
0.
0. Good. So you don't have to put that because 30M plus nothing would just be 30M. But if you wanted to, you could put plus 0. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah, but
You said you're what?
I'm good. I didn't want to do all that.
Okay, you don't have to write the plus 0. I just do it because sometimes I have kids who want to put something there so that they don't forget for future problems to put one. All right, plan 2. What is my rate? How much is he paying every month?
20.
20. That's how much it's going up every month. And then plan 2 does have a fee. It says plus a fee of what?
75.
75.
So it should say plus 75 on the end because that's the base amount. So y'all just found the rate and base and we dumped it in. So we're done with our 4 steps. Are there any questions on how to set up example 2?
No.
No.
So you should have those 2 equations for A. Are we starting to feel a little better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so let's go read question B then. It's a totally new question, so I'm gonna read it. How much would Abrasia pay for 6 months? What did I give you? Did I give you P or did I give you M?
And. And.
M.
Yeah, I agree. I was waiting for somebody else to say it too. It says how much, so we don't know the price, but what we do know is that Abrasia went to the gym for 6 months. Oh, I was calling her dude. It says she, my bad. So she goes to the gym for 6 months. So David, where can I go put that 6 in at?
At P. No, hold on.
Is 6 the price?
Nah. Then you
6
put
is
it at the B, right?
B. Where you see a B?
I say base.
No, it's not the base is 0 for Abrasia.
The rate.
It's not the rate. The rate's
The rate is
30.
30.
Huh?
The rate is 30.
The rate is 30, right? I didn't give you the rate. The rate is 30. The base is 0. Those aren't going to change.
Then 6 is M.
Duh. Yes. I didn't mean to say duh at you. Y'all told me it was the months though, and then y'all just said everything but months. Who's laughing at me for saying duh? Somebody's laughing. They thought that was funny. Y'all, How y'all gonna tell me 6 is the months and then say everything but the months?
I don't know.
Y'all don't know. It's okay. Do we understand though?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all said 6 months, so that means it goes in for M. So the price for Abrasia is going to be 30, and instead of an M, I'm going to put in a what?
6.
6. So you should be writing this 30 times 6. And then are you guys okay if I don't write the plus 0?
Yes.
I think most of you didn't want to put it. All right, let's see how many of you remember my shortcut from the first week of school. What's 30 times 6?
36.
30 times 6, not adding 6. Times
180.
Good, Kira. How'd you get that, babe?
Because 3 times 6 is 18. If you put the 0, it's 180.
Yes, that's the shortcut I taught them the first week of school. 3 times 6 is 18, and there should be a 0 on the end. So Abrasia is going to pay $180 to go to the gym for 6 months. That's a lot. She needs to find a cheaper gym. Are y'all okay with part B?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so can we do part C together?
Yes.
All right, now don't y'all do nothing crazy where you tell me what they gave me and then can't tell me what letter it goes in for. Y'all pay attention this time. If Trayvon's payments are $315, we want to know how many months he's been at the gym. What did they give us?
The P.
The P. Thank you, David. Do y'all see how
The
it's
post.
payments were $315? And we're
Yeah.
talking about Trayvon, so make sure you use the right equation. That's this one. So for Trayvon, we know the P is 315. So I'm going to put 315 equals, we don't know the M because it says how many months. So we don't know. So I'm going to put 20M, because that's what it says up here, plus 75. And so from here, let's see who remembers. Shia, what are we going to do, babe?
You're gonna cover up the 20M and then subtract it by 75. And you subtract 75
Draw
off each
your
side.
wall.
Good job. Yes, draw your wall. Good. Y'all can see my wall, right? She
Yes.
said cover M because it says how many months. So we want to find M. And she said then you'll subtract 75. Excellent work, babe. My ones that keep participating, you're getting all the extra credit points. Some of y'all already have a bunch.
240.
Is that 240? That boy did that fast. Hang on, I got it. You know I got to check you. 2 and 11. Yep, 240. Good job, David. Does anybody need me to actually write that out?
No.
Okay. Borrow from the 3, it's a 2, and then the 1 would be an 11. So that's right. So 240 equals, and then we bring down this 20M now, right?
Yes.
David, that was so fast, dude. Your mental
Divide
math
by
is
20.
super good. And it's what?
Divide by 20.
Divide by 20. Good, Gwyneth.
You
Well,
can cross out the zeros and then it'll be 12.
Yes. All right, cross out the zeros. 24 divided by 2 is,
Well,
so how many months has he gone to the gym?
12.
12. Now, I'm going to write that. Very good job. Can I let y'all in on a secret? 12 months. First of all, before I let you in on the secret, are there any questions on this one?
No.
no.
Okay. Let's see. Let me check my chat. No questions. Okay. All right. So here's the secret. There's always one just like this on the EOC. I'm not supposed to be telling y'all this, but oh well. Always one just like this on your final state exam. So y'all listen. The kids on the exam always miss it because the answer choices aren't in months, they're in years. And my kids always be picking the wrong daggone thing. Like the answer choices would say 1 year, 2 year, 12 years, 4 years. And my kids always pick 12. I'm like, you got 12 months, not 12 years. How many years is 12 months equal to?
1.
Yeah. Good. So what I need y'all to do when you're doing these word problems, just make sure if it's multiple choice, you're paying attention to what the units are. Days, years, months, that kind of thing. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Can you just tell us when we're taking a test?
What you mean, boo? Like the final
And when we're
exam?
taking a test right there, yeah.
Oh, no.
That's a long time to remember that.
Well, you better remember it. I'll keep reminding you. We do review for a whole week before your exam. And all my kids that came to all the review sessions got 3s and 4s. So as long as you come to the reviews, you'll be good. All right, this is the last one we're doing today. We're going to do that 4th one tomorrow. So here's what I want y'all to do. Y'all are going to write example 3, A, B, C, and I want you guys to try to set up A without me. So I'm going to pause the recording in case you guys have questions. But you guys are going to try to set up A without me, and then we'll do B and C together. So what I need y'all to remember before I stop talking, read the question first. It'll tell you what to put equals. So like if it says create an equation for D, then you put D equals, okay? All right, so what's confusing about this one?
It's got a the greater than or equal to sign.
Yeah, it's a less than or equal to because it's pointing to the left. This end is on the left, but it does have a less than or equal to sign, okay? I don't want you to freak about that. I want you to read the question. What does the question say? Create an equation that models the weight W. So what is my equation going to start off by saying?
W.
W equals, very good job, girls. It says of the puppy, X weeks after it's born. So what variable goes on the right-hand side?
X.
X. So I don't want you to worry about this yet. I want us to move on to step 2, and I think you'll see why they put this there. So step 1, what? We read the question, we set up part of the equation. Step 2 is to go get your info from the problem. So if I go back up to my problem and I start highlighting, it says a puppy weighed 12 ounces when it was born. Then it gained 10 ounces every week. And then I want y'all to look at this last part. For the next 10 weeks. So when did they stop weighing the puppy?
10 weeks.
After 10 weeks. And that's why this is here. It's just there to tell you after 10 weeks they quit weighing their puppy. Probably because their puppy started getting too big. Puppies grow really fast. So all that less than or equal to 10 is telling you how long they weighed their puppy. Now let me ask y'all a question. Did they give us the weight of the puppy?
No.
Okay, did they tell us how old the puppy was?
No.
No. So this is where my students get confused. They think you have to put that 10 in somewhere. That's not part of the equation. It's just telling you how long they weighed the puppy. So in science class, you guys have done experiments before, right? Obviously not during COVID because you can't do them at home. But in middle school, did y'all do experiments in science?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think in elementary school, did everybody plant like seeds and y'all grew like a class plant or whatever? Y'all know what I'm talking about?
I have.
Yes, I did that too. They still do that. My parents probably did that. So then you had to measure the plant each week. And let's say you did it for like 4 weeks. That's all this is saying. It has nothing to do with how old the puppy is or how much he weighs. So really, this part, you don't need. It's extra information. So my people who said they were confused, is that what confused you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's okay. There's one on your homework kind of like this because a lot of times there's one like this on the exam where they'll give you some extra information. All right, so now let's go look at what we highlighted. I need to figure out which of those numbers is my base and which of those numbers is my rate. So just to remember before y'all blurt out something crazy, the base is how much it starts at. The rate is how much it goes up or down by.
W equals 12x plus 10.
Okay. Do I have anybody who agrees or disagrees?
Yeah.
Which one?
I agree.
Anybody else?
I agree.
Remind me to never vote for any of y'all for a president in the future. Y'all heard him say that real confident. Y'all said, yeah, that sounds real nice. Yes, agree. Listen again. The rate, which goes with the X, is how much it goes up or down by each week. The
20?
base is what it starts at. So what you guys told me, I'm gonna write it so you can figure out what you did wrong. You guys told me to do 12x plus 10. It says the puppy weighed 12 ounces when it was born. That's not how much it's going up by. That's the what?
Base?
The base. Because when a
That's
puppy
the
is,
base.
yes, when a puppy is first born, that's its starting weight. So 12 is actually the base. Read this next part. The puppy gains 10 ounces each week. And if you look down here, we said X was the weeks. So this should say 10X. Don't y'all get tripped up on that on your homework tonight. Does anybody have questions on that part?
No.
Okay, can I throw in a curveball really quick?
Sure.
What if it said the puppy lost 10 ounces each week?
Subtract.
It'd be a negative 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm just making sure y'all are on the same page with me. All right, so here's our equation. We already dumped it in. We found our rate and base, all that jazz. So let's read part B. How much will the puppy weigh after 8 weeks? What did they give us?
8 weeks.
8 weeks. Now listen here. Don't y'all make this boo-boo. Go look at your equation. Which one of these did they tell me were the weeks? W or X?
X.
X.
Good. So that means I put the 8 where the
X's.
X is. So we need to figure out the weight. So W equals, but instead of an X, we know that the puppy is 8 weeks old. And then we know it started at 12. So what is 10 times 8?
80.
80. Y'all are writing this, right? I hope. 80 plus 12?
92. Then.
92 ounces. Very good, David. 92 ounces. That's how much our puppy would weigh. That's a lot.
It's like a Great Dane. Wait.
Maybe. It's a big puppy. All right, 92 ounces. Are you guys okay with part B?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to part C. If the puppy weighs 62 ounces, how many weeks old is he? What did I give you in this one?
The ounces.
Which is the what, Gwyneth? Is that the weeks or the weight?
The weight.
So this time I gave you the W. So I gave you 62 equals, and it wants to know the weeks. So we've got to find X.